Hi everyone. In this lecture, I will set the dependencies between the order service submodules. Let's start with order domain core. Which dependencies should I add here? Yes, that was a trap question. I should not add any dependency in the core domain because it should be the most independent and stable component, including the business logic. So let's go to the order application service. For this one, again, I should not add any outside dependency. However, I will add the order domain core dependency here to be able to call the core logic from the application service. When I add this without version and try Maven reload, as you see, I get an error that the version is unknown for this dependency. So I need to define the version. However, I don't want to define it here. Instead, I want to manage all versions in the base POM.xml file. So for this reason, I will go to the base POM.xml and add this dependency into the dependency management section. And for the version, I will use project version, which is 1.0 snapshot. So why did I put this dependency in the dependency management? Because when I put a dependency in the management section, it will help to define the dependency application-wide with the specified version without actually downloading it. When a submodule or service requires a dependency, it will add this dependency into its dependencies section, but the version will not be necessary as it is defined in the base Maven POM.xml file. As you see, if I click on Maven reload again, I will not see the error. So it would be a good idea to define all the modules with project version in the dependency management of base POM.xml file, because I will need to include all these local dependencies from each other. So I will define all of them here in the base POM.xml file. First, order application service. I will again use project version property so that I don't need to repeat the hard-coded version. Then I will define order application module with project version. Then order data access. And finally, order messaging. Do you think I need to put order container also here? No, I don't need to put that here because order container will not be used by other modules. It will simply have a dependency to all modules to create a single runnable jar file and run it as a microservice, and also create a Docker image to use it later in cloud deployment. Alright, let's continue setting the relations between modules. I was in order application service, and I put a dependency to order domain core. Then I will go to data access module. As mentioned during the architectural design, this will have the adapters for the output ports of domain layer. So it will implement the interfaces from the domain layer, and it should have dependency to order application service. Next one is order messaging. As you can imagine, this one will also have a dependency to order application service, because it should implement the messaging interfaces from the domain layer. Next, I will go to order application module. This one again will need to import the application service from the domain layer. Remember that this will be the initial contact point from the client, and it should pass the request into the domain layer. So it should have a dependency to order application service. Finally, order container will have a dependency to all modules. To get the all dependencies and create a single runnable jar file that will run the order microservice. So here I will have order domain core, order application service, then order application, data access, and messaging dependencies. Let's once run maven clean install command to see there is no issue with dependencies. Great! Now I want to visualize the module dependencies so that we can double check if we set them correctly. I will use dgraph maven plugin. I can use it with a single command. But to run this single maven command, first, please go and install Graphiz on your machine, which is a graph visualization software. The Maven plugin will use this plugin under the hood. Please download and install this according to the installation steps mentioned in graphiz.org download page. After that, simply run this Maven command with the dgraph maven plugin. Use aggregate goal and create an image. I put this command in the resources of this lecture. You can download and run this. As you see, I set the plugin in the commands and give the group ID of my project, which is com food ordering system. This will create an image in the target folder. And if I click on that, I can see that the dependency is set correctly. As you see, all arrows are towards the domain logic module. Specifically, we have dependency to order application service from all other modules and have a dependency to domain core from the application service. And the important part here is that the domain core is the most independent component in this picture. Alright, great job so far. In the next lecture, I will make an introduction to domain-driven design. And then we can start implementing the domain logic of order service with this architecture in mind. I will see you in the next section.